Applying for a Schengen visa is not like borrowing a chair from your neighbor. They want document, proof, evidence, and blood samples. Anyway, I'm kidding. But let me break it down to you before an embassy break you down in tears. The embassy doesn't trust anyone. They review each application like a crime scene. You better have the right document, else you are going nowhere. So stick with me to the end of this video. Let's prepare your Schengen visa application like pros. In this video, I'll be teaching you mandatory documents you need to add to your Schengen visa application in order for you to get approved. Remember, the type of document you add in your Schengen visa application can make your visa application be approved or denied. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to the Jakut Junction. But if you're new here on this channel, do well to smash the like button, turn on the notification bell, and subscribe to this channel for more insightful videos like this. Anyway, which way, let's dive straight into business. Number one on my bucket list is Schengen visa application form. Make sure that you read everything you see on it well, and make sure you understand everything you are putting or you are taking in that application. And after everything, you sign before you submit. Don't go and omit certain things. Any question they are asking you, do well to answer them appropriately. If you are married, tell them you are married. If you are not married, tell them you are not married. And make sure whatever is going into that application, you are the one handling it, or if somebody else is handling it, make sure you know whatever that went on in filling the forms. That is why when you finish filling the forms, you'll be asked to sign. So if you sign, that means you know whatever that went on in the application. And when you get to the border and they are asking you any question at all, you should be able to answer that. Number two on my bucket list is a valid traveling passport. Obviously, this is very common. If you are traveling, by all means, you need to have a traveling passport. I'll not waste much time on that one. Let's move to number three. Number three is a recent passport size photos, and should be two identical ones. When you are taking the passport size photo, don't go and be smiling. Wear a cap to cover your face. Just be your normal looks and take your photo, and make sure it should be two identical ones. Do not go and wear a green shirt in the other one and go and wear a blue shirt in the other one. That alone could bring complications when you are applying for your visa. Number four is travel itinerary. It is a mandatory document you need to add in your visa application. For instance, you are applying for a tourist visa, make sure you have a round ticket. Show them the day you'll be arriving, show them where you'll be going, show them everything, the time you'll be going there, the date you'll be going there. Add all these things to it. Having said that, it doesn't mean that when you add all these things, you are strictly going to follow it. But you are assuring the visa officer that yes, I know where I'm going and I know the country. If you say you are going to a Schengen zone like Paris, at least you should know the Eiffel Tower. You should know one or two places in Paris that you are going. You can't say you are going to France and you don't know anywhere in France. So make sure you add a travel itinerary, else they could stand on such grounds and mafia you. Number five on my list is travel insurance. Travel insurance is very, very important, and at least it should be a minimum coverage of 30,000 euros average. And when I say 30,000 euros, I don't mean you need to pay such amount to the insurance company, but a company that has that average of coverage. That is what I simply mean. You get a vibe. Don't be like it's not important, it's not that. What if you go there and something happened to you? Travel insurance is not costly, it's very, very cheap and affordable. So do well to have it. You don't know, anything can happen to you. You fall sick, a car can knock you or something. So for your own safety, it's good you do it, and it's also strengthening your application. Number six is proof of accommodation. If you are traveling to somebody's country, by all means, you should have where you lay your head and rest, relax your body. So you need to prove to the officer that, listen, I'm traveling to this place, I have proof of accommodation. That's where you need to book a hotel. If somebody is inviting you, add their invitation letters, add their resident permit, and add their passport, their ID, what shows that they have a legal status in this country. I know a lot of people, you might be visiting somebody and the person doesn't have a legal status in that country. If you go ahead and add the person's passport and they can't find the person in their system, that could lead to a red flag, or they'll ask you to come and answer more questions in respect of that. If somebody is inviting you, make sure the person show proof of accommodation, what shows that the person is the owner of this house or the person is the one renting these apartments. You need to show all of these things. And remember, you can't just go ahead and add somebody's passport and all that without adding an invitation. And the person cannot only give you an invitation letter and will not add his proof of residence and his passports to show his ID and all of that. You need to show all of these things. Number 7 is proof of financial means. You are traveling to somebody's country, you need to prove to them that you can take care of yourself and you are not going to be a public charge. What I simply mean is that you are not going to sleep on the roadside and all of that. You are supposed to prove to the person that, listen, I'm doing well in my country, I have my money, I'm traveling, I can book my flight, I can buy my own food. You need to prove to them. If you are Schengen visa, at least you need to have a 3 to 6 month bank statement. It's mandatory. At least 3 months bank statement. But if possible, I'll suggest if you print out a 6-month bank statement or 4-month bank statement, to 5. Ideally, that is cool. But it doesn't mean that if you use a 3-month bank statement, they are going to reject you. No, you'll get approved. But ideally, I advise most people normally to use, within 4, 5, or 6 months. You get a vibe. In addition to that, when you go to certain countries, their website, they'll tell you, okay, maybe you should have a money that in a day in maybe let's say Paris, you are going to spend $100 or $60. Don't go and read that and make sure you have the exact money in your bank account. Make sure you have multiple of that amount of money. I made a video about bank statement and you can click on it right on top there and you can watch how to build your bank statement and apply for any type of visa, whether student visa, whatever visa. I also be leaving the link in the description for you to go and click on it and watch the video so that you'll be able to build your bank statement yourself. I always say that 60% of Africa visas who get refused is because of bank statement. And don't be a victim. When somebody is sponsoring you, you need to show that yes, this person is sponsoring me. Add their bank statement and add the affidavit of support and a letter to back it up that this person is sponsoring you. If you are traveling, you're a grown-ass man, excuse me of my words though, ideally I advise you always have your own bank statement. It puts you on a safer side, because the moment you are applying for a visa, they feel like you are trying to run away from your country. Because remember that these people, they live with you in your country, they know the hardship in your country, and they have approved visa for a lot of people who entered the Schengen zone and never came back to their home country. So at least make sure that you have your own bank statement in order for your visa to be approved. And having said that, doesn't mean that if you don't have your own bank statement and somebody is sponsoring you, your visa won't be approved. Number 8 is cover letter. What this simply means is that you are supposed to explain to the visa officer that, listen, this and this is the reason why I am traveling to your country. And also indicate in the cover letter your intent to return back to your home country. Don't go and tell the visa officer in your cover letter that I'm going to Paris, and when I get to Paris, I'll go to maybe the Eiffel Tower, or I'm going to the UK, I'll go to Buckingham Palace, and after going there, then I'll decide where to go next. Maybe I might visit this or that person. That is not a strong cover letter. That is a red flag. Even if I was a visa officer, I will surely deny you that visa, because it looks like you don't really know the reason why you are traveling. So I'll deny you. If you are prepared and you know the reason why you are traveling, then I'll approve your visa for you. Make sure you know the reason why you are traveling. State clearly. State it clearly. And make sure that it tallies with your travel itinerary. Don't go and write things and change things. You get a point. Yep. Number 9 is proof of civil status. For example, if you are married, you need to add a marriage certificate. If the most high forbid, but if your wife is dead, you need to add a death certificate. If you have children, you need to add them, the number of children you have, their date of birth and all of that. You need to add these things to your application to show. You can't just be like, I am married, in your cover letter, that's why I'll come back. I have children, that's why I'll come back, to my children, without adding or proving marriage certificate. Add it and add an attestation letter from the court. Don't go and add any marriage certificate just or go get some marriage certificates from the street. They can identify some of these things. Add a marriage certificate, get an attestation letter, add to it and apply. And I know your visa will be approved. So make sure you prove your civil status. Yep. Number 10 is proof of home ties. You need to prove to the visa officer that you return back home. And how are you going to prove it? Your home ties. And what are these home ties? Property documents, employment. If you're employed, it shows home ties. If you have a business, that's a strong home ties. If you are married, that's another home tie. If you have children, that's another home tie. All these things are very, very important. Family home ties. It falls under the family home ties. You could add your parents' birth certificate. You could add your wife marriage certificate. Add pictures of your family. I don't mean go and add selfie pictures. A group picture, a well, taken picture, not a picture your wife is giving you a peg. You get my vibe. A family picture, maybe you went to the mall with your children, you went to, the park to play with your children, the seaside. Take those pictures. You could add them to your application to show that, yes, this is a proof of a home tie. If maybe you are taking care of your grandparents or something, your mother, your parents, you are responsible for their day-to-day activities, you pay their hospital bills, do well to add all these things. Show them receipts, show them proof that your parents are living with you in the house. Show them all these things. You have children, make sure that you have their birth certificate. I know a lot of people or a lot of parents in Africa who don't have their children birth certificate. Make sure you have them. All these things are very, very important things. You have a house, make sure you have your house document. You have a car, make sure you have a car document. If you have a land somewhere, make sure you have that land document and add everything in your application. Last but not the least, your visa fee payment. Obviously, you need to pay for your visa fee. Obviously, you need to pay for your visa fee. I'll not talk much about that one. You can't apply for a visa without paying a visa fee. I wish you all the best in your application. It is my prayer and my hope that the Most High will let favor shine on your application and your visa application will be approved. But remember to add these documents to your application. All these documents are acquirable. Maybe you are married, you did a local marriage, you don't know how to go about getting your marriage certificate. Maybe you have a land, book a consultation with me. I'll be leaving the link of how to build a bank statement in the description. Do well to check on that. Anyway, my name is Jakut. Thank you for sticking with me to the end of this video. So now that you know, don't be greedy, and I know you are not. Do well to share to somebody to also benefit from this video. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and turn on the notification bell so that anytime we drop insightful videos like this, you'll be the #1 person to get notified. And this is the Jakut Junction, where we simplify immigration into simplicity for you to have a vivid understanding of whatever we are talking about. Before I go, I'm not an immigration officer. I'm not associated to any organization or a group of people or even an individual. I am an individual who is interested in traveling and immigration, and I teach by research and experience. So you can also decide to do your own research. Anyway, we will see you on the other side.